the house, the just the it, the it, the e, her, who, how, it, the e, how, the just the it, the e, the e, just the e, her, who, how, it, the e, how, the just the it, the e, her, the e, the e, the e, just the e, her, who, how, it, the e, how, the just the it, the e, before her, the her, the e, her, the e, the e, the e, just the e, her, who, how, it, the e, how, the just the it, the it, the e, who, it, the e, who, it, her, the boy, the e, before her, the her, the e, her, the e, the e, the e, just the e, her, who, how, it, the e, how, the just the it, the it, the e, the it, oh, the it, for her, the e, the e, who, it, the e, who, it, for her, the boy, the e, for her, the her, the e, for her, the e, the e, the e, just the e, her, who, how, it, the e, how, the just the it, the it, the e, her, oh, her, and hard, the e, oh, the e, the it, oh, the it, for her, the e, the e, who, it, the e, who, it, for her, the boy, the e, for her, the her, the e, for her, the e, the e, the e, just the e, her, who, how, it, the e, how, the just the it, the it, the e, I, oh, you, and her, the e, the it, the e, her, oh, her, and hard, the e, oh, the e, the it, oh, the it, for her, the e, the e, who, it, the e, who, it, for her, the boy, the e, for her, the her, the e, for her, the e, the e, the e, just the e, her, who, how, it, the e, how, the just the it, the it, the e, which, the or the e, the e, I, or you, and her, the e, the e, her, or her, and hard, the e, or the e, the it, or the it. for her and the e the e the e her the boy the e her the her a the e her a the e the e the ejects the e her out in the e out the jack the the e wedge the her the e wedge the movement or the e pay the e I or computer and her the e the in the e her or her and hard the e and or the e the or the for her and the e the e what is the e her the boy the e for her the her a the e her a the e the e the ejects the e her who out in the e out the jack the the e out the contain the e wedge the her the e wedge the movement or the e pay the e I or computer and her the e the in the e her or her and hard the e and or the e or the for her and the e the e what is the e her the boy the e for her the her a the e her a the e the e the ejects the e her who out in the e out the jack a house of leaves
on an island
using natural light,
inhabited by all races of men represented, wearing predominantly red clothing.
a house of plastic
in a deserted church
using all available lighting,
Inhabited by people who sleep almost all the time.
a house of steel
among other houses
using all available lighting,
Inhabited by fishermen and families.
a house of brick
by a river
using electricity,
Inhabited by various birds and fish.
a house of brick
in heavy jungle undergrowth
using candles,
Inhabited by French and German-speaking people.
a house of steel
underwater
using all available lighting,
Inhabited by lovers.
a house of sand
in a deserted church
using electricity,
Inhabited by people who sleep very little.
a house of discarded clothing
underwater
using all available lighting,
Inhabited by collectors of all types.
a house of weeds
among small hills
using electricity,
Inhabited by collectors of all types.
a house of wood
in a place with both heavy rain and bright sun
using natural light,
Inhabited by all races of men represented, wearing predominantly red clothing.
a house of roots
on the sea
using all available lighting,
Inhabited by people who enjoy eating together.
a house of paper
in a desert
using candles,
Inhabited by various birds and fish.
a house of plastic
on the sea
using natural light,
inhabited by friends.
A house of leaves.
In a cold, windy climate.
Using electricity.
Inhabited by people who love to read.
A house of discarded clothing.
On the sea.
Using candles.
Inhabited by little boys.
A house of wood.
In a deserted church.
Using candles.
Inhabited by French and German-speaking people.
A house of roofs.
In a metropolis.
Using all available lighting.
Inhabited by collectors of all types.
A house of glass.
On the sea.
Using electricity.
Inhabited by people who eat a great deal.
A house of straw.
In dense woods.
Using electricity.
Inhabited by people from many walks of life.
A house of wood.
In a hot climate.
Using all available lighting.
Inhabited by American Indians.
A house of broken dishes.
By a river.
Using electricity.
Inhabited by people who sleep almost all the time.
A house of steel.
In southern France.
Using candles.
Inhabited by people who eat a great deal.
A house of glass.
In Japan.
Using electricity.
Inhabited by friends.
A house of steel.
In a metropolis.
Using electricity.
Inhabited by very tall people.
A house of steel.
In a cold, windy climate.
Using electricity.
Inhabited by all races of men represented, wearing predominantly red clothing.
A house of sand.
In southern France.
Using electricity.
Inhabited by vegetarians.
A house of plastic.
In a place with both heavy rain and bright sun.
Using candles.
Inhabited by collectors of all types.
A house of plastic.
Underwater.
Using natural light.
Inhabited by friends.
A house of broken dishes.
Among small hills.
Using natural light.
Inhabited by little boys.
A house of mud.
In a hot climate.
Using all available lighting.
Inhabited by French and German-speaking people.
A house of mud.
In a hot climate.
Using natural light.
Inhabited by collectors of all types.
A house of glass.
In Michigan.
Using natural light.
Inhabited by friends.
A house of sand.
In a hot climate.
Using natural light.
Inhabited by little boys.
A house of brick.
In heavy jungle undergrowth.
Using candles.
Inhabited by American Indians.
A house of discarded clothing.
In dense woods.
Using natural light.
Inhabited by lovers.
A house of dust.
On an island.
Using candles.
Inhabited
Today, fruit flew in a city of cones, while cats passed beans and children told slow songs in houses raw with broken nose.
Today, fruit flew in a city of cones, while cats passed beans and children told songs with broken noses. Today, cats passed beans while children told cones in a city of something with broken noses. Today, cats told beans, but there weren't any cones in a city where there weren't any noses.
Cats told beans that there weren't any cons in the city and there weren't any noses.
Cats told beans. There weren't any noses in the city.
Cats told beans and there weren't any noses in the city.
Cats told beans running in the city. Cats told beans running in the city.
Cats told beans riding in the city. Castle bands riding in the city. Castle bands riding in the city.
Castle stands riding in the city.
Pasta stands riding in the city.
Pastor stands riding in the city. Pastor stands riding in the city.
Tess was seen driving in the city.
Tex was seen driving in the city.
Tex was seen driving in the city.
Tex went for a drive in the city.
Tex went for a drive in the city. Tex went for a drive in the city. Tex went for a drive in the city. Tex went for a drive in the city. Taxi went for a drive in the city. Taxi went for a drive in the city.
drive in the city.
Taxi went for a drive in the city.
Taxi went for a drive in the city. Taxi went for a drive in the city.
Taxi went for a drive in the city. A taxi went for a drive in the city.